Okay, in the right hand side, we have RyanSC2 playing as Abbasid. And they are up against Lion, who is playing the French. Over on this left hand side. So we just watched an Abbasid versus French match. The Abbasid player had a decent start against the French player. Unfortunately, made a little bit of a misplay, and then that cost them the game. The French player just kind of had a stronger strategy overall. The Abbasid player did not adapt. So we're going to see if this will be the case here. RyanSC2. I've seen them around in Twitch a bunch. Seen them in that Twitch chat. People respect them, from what I can tell. So we're going to see how well they do in Age of Empires 4. They are playing Abbasid. I have a lot of respect for them for playing kind of off meta. A lot of people will be playing French this tournament. They are probably the simplest to play decently well. They have a very strong feudal age that a lot of people struggle to deal with. So yeah, seeing a lot of French, but we're gonna see Ryan playing against. Ooh, and they spot there in the opponent's scout. But we're seeing Ryan pick Abbasids, so massive props to them for that. And honestly, like, Abbasid is kind of the pick you would go for if you aren't sure what civ your opponent's going to play, because the chances are they're going to play French, and this is actually a pretty good matchup, I feel. Even though the last game we saw was a victory for the French player, I do feel like the Abbasid player had a large opportunity to take that game, so we're going to see, does Ryan know this matchup? Are they experienced? And they're definitely going to hit feudal earlier. That's interesting. The French player getting a lot of woods. Not getting a lot of food just yet, so... And this is also very early in the tournament, so... We're not entirely sure what kind of skill levels we're dealing with, but... Right, they're getting their House of Wisdom up. They're going to go up to age 2 pretty quickly. And then Lion is building up a bunch of wood right now. Okay. Ryan, their build's looking pretty smooth so far. I see that 400 foods, 200 gold. Only a little bit of wood extra, but that's fine. And yeah, here we go. They're going to be going up. Yep, there we go. So actually looking pretty smooth. I think their build's going to allow them to reach age 2 before the French player, and that's pretty rare. French players love to rush feudal. They love to get their knight count up. But in this case, Lion, they just have some people on wood still. They have a lot of gold. Yeah, let's turn fog off. Yeah, here we go. School of the Cavalry. They've got, how many people in there? 4? They had 5 for a little bit. Oh, they're going to go back to 5. They're going to try and rush up to reach there. But I do believe this is going to finish first. So this bar for Ryan, the Abbasid player, and this health bar. The progress bar for Lion, the French player. Either way, it's going to be very close. So, what do we got here? House coming up. Yeah, they're just doing their standard economy thing. Ooh, we're seeing stone come in. So, Lion looking like they want to get that second town center up. And we're going to see a very different style of French play come out here. Maybe they recognize that, hey, my opponent's playing Abbasids. I'm not going to stand much of a chance if they go camel archers or camels. So let's just go for economy. And I can respect it. I like the fact that people are willing to adapt. But here comes the question. Is it actually a good plan? Is it something they know how to execute well? They're not going to be hitting a second TC anytime soon. They have a lot of people in gold still. 2 gold there. And they're not going to be able to get Royal Knights out for a little while. So... we'll see how that plays out. Okay. So yeah, both of them hitting age 2 basically around the same time. And Lion actually, because they dedicated those 5 workers to that, are going to fall a little bit behind on economy, because Ryan able to just get this tech up without having to do that. Reduce the cost to produce villages by 50%. Wow, that's a nice upgrade. And yeah, they've got the stone income as well, and the woods. 300, 400 to get a TC. So Ryan actually might just hit that second town center before Lion does. Lion has a lot of people on stone. And yeah, now they've realized, oh no, I've built a bit too, or I've collected a bit too much stone. I'm just gonna have to swap back into woods. Ryan just completely abandons the gold and the stone. Yeah, they just want that 300, or yeah, they want that 300 just to get the second town center. They're gonna build it at the back here, so to protect the wood line from any harass back here. This TC is gonna cover the front along with these spears. So, and yeah, this will help cover the berries, and this will help cover the berries as well. And yeah, they just have so much sheep right now that they're doing fine on foods. Abbasid, they get a bonus to gathering berries, so they're going to be quite happy with those. And of course, you know, they have all the sheep. Boars, they do not care about. They are unable to use them. So, this is going to be more of a passive game. Second TC coming up here for Lion. But Ryan, doing a bit better on economy. Their build a little bit smoother. They're going to have the second building. And ooh, the Golden Age 1 comes up. So they're going to have plus 10 gathering rate for all resources. Yeah, they hit that 10 structure. 30 comes next. They got to link up all these buildings. Get that bonus, but yeah. This is looking really nice, and I love the placement. This barracks allowing them to connect to these 2 mining nodes there. So even if they don't really use the barracks that much, which they are making spears out of it. Even if they don't use it too much, it's still going to allow them to connect to all the buildings. Get that villager worker bonus. Alright, what do we got here? Lion, second TC. Got that house up. And yeah, it's looking pretty normal for both players. Let's take a look at this. So they're a little bit behind on economy, 29 workers compared to Ryan's 31. So a little bit behind, not too much. I think Ryan has a slightly bigger military. They've got these spears up. But that's mostly just for defense. And now comes the camel archer. And only 1 camel archer, they're just swapping to regular archers. So I think they're just getting this for the debuff. And the buff, because it does make units around them. Or there is an upgrade, I should say, that makes nearby units stronger. But this just to help zone against knights as well, because if knights run in and run away, then they'll get pecked at with these arrows. You don't just get to harass for free. And the spears are just going to kind of create like a wall that the knights don't want to come near. That being said, the knight count's pretty low. There's only 3 of them right now. Second stable only just now coming up. And there is no chivalry. So... oh, yeah, it's going to connect. Ooh, that hurts. The scout might die. Can I get away? Looking pretty safe. This scout might hit it once, yeah. But this is going to regen over time. And it's going to bring these knights forward, and yeah, you don't want to like let them just run forward. But now Ryan has revealed their army. So both players know exactly what they're going up against. Outpost coming in here. Yeah, this is not even remotely defended against Knight Harass. This gold's super far away from this TC. So yeah, outpost makes a lot of sense. Doesn't want to get harassed. Even builds a large palisade wall. And we haven't been seeing too many players wall so far. But Ryan's just like, I do not want your knights to harass my back. So cutting off their ability to move around. They're not going to wall up their entire base, they just want to cut off like this one pass that offers retreat as well, because if you harass down here, you might just be like, well, I'm going to run up here to avoid their army. You smack into the wall, then the army gets trapped. And actually, I'm kind of curious. If we go to Lion, and if we go to selected player only, he does not know that this wall is here. So Lion, not looking so good. Alright, Lion getting their own outpost up in the center of the map. With deal with the wolf. Wolves are so annoying. Like, actually, legit. I have in fact lost a worker during a worker rush to a group of wolves. That was very unfortunate, but yeah, mostly it's just a slight annoyance. You turn around and you hit it a few times and it dies. Actually, I'm curious. Does not, so Lion did not go for textiles. Does Ryan have textiles? No. So these are very vulnerable villagers. Like, they do not, neither player went for the health bonus. And ooh, Lion's doing an interesting strategy here. They're getting a line of towers towards Ryan, and I guess is the plan here to like have these as a kind of fallback position, or is this going to be like a slow crawl towards their opponent? There's stone. There's no upgrades coming in, so we're not going to see arrow slits from either player. So these are just kind of empty. They allow, I guess they're just giving a lot of vision right now. Like if we look at the vision, yeah, this basically means that Lion knows what's coming. So they're not going to get caught off guards. There's a large wood investment and a lot of time to have villagers be spent working on that. And ooh, this could have been a bit more efficient. Could have trucked down a mill. Not cost a lot of food to build a mill. There's no actual tech upgrades coming in here. These are much cheaper for the French player, so wheelbarrow would be a huge benefit right now. Not being researched. And yeah, neither player going for textiles, even though there's like double town center on both sides. Yeah, let's take a look at Ryan. So Ryan does not have much map vision. Oh wow. Building a gate and a second wall. So yeah, they do not want to have to deal with any harass whatsoever. They will be perfectly happy where they are right now. In a nice cozy defended position. The woods they can cut for free, and golds that is going to be long distance mined actually. They just forgot to build a mining camp there. So not the most efficient play right here. Actually, I say not the most. It's very inefficient, I should say. It's not looking good. And Ryan, was actually taking up this whole time. They're gonna hit age 3. And what are we gonna see? We're gonna see ammo. We're gonna see the camel support upgrade. So this means that nearby infantry gets that +1 armor. So this is the very infantry focused camel play where you only get a couple of camels just for support, and then you have that big infantry force. And if we take a quick look at supply, population I should say, 66 versus Lion with their 59. Oh, so Ryan's really pulling ahead in economy. Lion just slipping a bit on their macro right now. Take a look at the map again. These armies really doing anything? No, it's just this very small army not doing much. This is actually very vulnerable to being attacked. But both players up in Castle Age right now, so we're gonna see. Is there any big play coming out for either of them? Are we gonna see siege workshops come up? Let's take a look around this base. Only really seeing these archery ranges. And honestly, the French player should really be considering going into siege just because of how big that infantry army is. Mangonels absolutely obliterate big heavy infantry counts. Look at this Royal Institute. It's going to allow them to get a whole bunch of different tech. Ooh, wow. Got this, all these nice night bonuses. So the question is, do you just kind of fake out your opponent? You have the knights just there for, you know, walling early game and harass. And then later on they go for more of an infantry focus and get some siege behind it. And then all of a sudden, you know, all of these veteran spearmen, veteran archers as well, yeah, and veteran camel archers, yeah. These units aren't going to look so good, but oh, Abbasids, one of their big advantages, and this isn't entirely unique to them, but something that is unique mostly to them is that they're able to build things like mangonels on the field. So we don't even need a siege workshop up here for Ryan. They're just going to be able to build this mangonel. And I believe they can build some other units as well. Yeah, they can build springalds too. So yeah, they're just going to use this heavy infantry force to be their siege workshop. And this is going to be devastating because all of this archer force is just going to be absolutely obliterated by mangonels. So yeah, really, I guess you'd want to see a second one, but one alone just deals so much damage that it's pretty devastating. Oh, here comes the second one. So I believe we're going to see just a kind of timing push. You use the StarCraft 2 phrase come out from Ryan. They're going to build up an infantry force. They're going to have these camels with the upgrades behind it. They do have the aura, which gives these infantry +1 armor. And if we take a look, do they have a blacksmith up even? I don't see one. So they don't have any kind of damage upgrades. Oh, no. There was a blacksmith over here, sorry. Oh, 2 blacksmiths. So yeah, they're just going 1-1 on the damage. They're going to use the camel aura for the armor bonus. And they're going to use the blacksmith for the bonus arm. Oh, the blacksmith for the damage, and they use the armor. Camels for the armor, sorry. And yeah, they've only got 3 camels, I should say. So those are just going to kind of sit at the back, give the bonus aura to the infantry, and give the debuff aura to the enemy knights. And yeah, I think Ryan's ready. They got these mangonels. Probably going to wait till after the big fight to then build battering rams. Alright, yeah, mangonels, they see the outpost, they're just going to be like, yeah, get out of here. Well, springles do nothing to buildings. They're just going to burn all of these down. And at the cost of quite a bit of woods, Lion is going to get some insight as to what the enemy army is like. But do they have actually anything really to respond to these? I guess the knights could run around, hit these from behind. Try and get a win that way. But I don't know. Mangonels are pretty scary, and there's a lot of infantry, so all you gotta do is leave some spears. And is that a crossbow? Yeah, they do have crossbows now, so they are absolutely prepared to just shred all of the knights, and they even have a 3rd mangonel and a battering ram coming up. So the battering ram is going to go in, it's going to tank all the fire from buildings and just tear them down really quickly, and then you've got these mangonels that are going to just devastate the army. They've got 3 mangonels now. How much do you do to enemy? Plus, they just do 12 against infantry, but that's splash damage, so they will be doing a ton of damage. It even has a keep coming up. Oh, they've almost maxed. We're at basically the 20-minute mark, and Ryan has essentially maxed out on 200 population. Lion is lagging behind heavily. 129. And it's just military. There's so much military. And yeah, this keep's going to be a huge deal. It's going to be a nice defensive place to fall back to. Keep the mangonels safe. And yeah, Lion is just not responding to this army. Was doing no pressure on the map. And this is essentially how you would deal with a French player. Although, that said, the Knights could have been doing a lot of harassment through the game, but these walls cutting off all of the harassment routes, it's a big deal. Okay, Spring holds up, so they have some preparation against these mangonels, but Ryan just has such a big army that I don't think it matters that much. And yeah, these are just going to walk into range. They're going to miss all of the archers, so you can dodge mangonel shots in this game. That said, you have so much knight is getting dedicated to, you know, fighting this, and we've got the spears just running up on these archers now. And these are upgraded damage. Yeah, the damage is upgraded. They have the ranged armor I think just kicked in there as well, and they've even got mana arms now. So yeah, nothing is going to stop Ryan. They're going to take down this Royal Institute. There's not much army left. All the knights are dead. Just a couple being built just now, coming in for reinforcement, but look at this army. Ryan's barely dropped in population. And if we come at this from Lion's point of view, yeah, they just have very little. All their workers are getting slaughtered. They were like 80 something before this started, and now they're at 58, and their army's just dead. Like, they've got 15 military up against Ryan with the 74, and I think we're just waiting for the GG here. Mangonel being built in the middle of the fight, and this battering ram still alive. It's going to take out this town center, and yeah, the army is just dead. Production is being camped at this point. All of these crossbowmen, yeah, just a perfect anti-cavalry army with mangonels to back it up to take out the archers. And Ryan, with their superior macro skill, able to hit with a much larger force. So GG, congratulations to RyanSC2 for taking their game. Now we're going to take a quick look at this timeline, and yeah, like total unit count, just Ryan taking off. Let's take a look at this villager count. Pretty even up until around this point, and then I think Lion's macro just kind of slipped a bit, and then, you know, that fight at the end just got absolutely devastated. So not looking so good for them. And good game to Ryan, able to take that. They're going to go into the round of 128, so I believe it's going up to the round of 8 today. So we've got 128, 64, 32, 16. This is 4 more rounds to go. And they're all best of 1, so we're going to be live for a few more hours. But for the moment, we're going to go to a quick break until our next game. Give it a bit of time to be able to get those set up. So yes, I will be back in a few minutes. So we're going to run another quick ad break so we don't get ads in the middle of the match. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll be back in a few.